Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going into year 2 of Cavernclan. A decent amount happened, same time not a lot, I don't know, it's kind of in between. I did play ahead to year 3 and year 3 was really short, so the next video after this one, it's going to be a combination of year 3 and year 4 most likely. But yeah, let's get started with this one. First up, we have the Cats and Star clan. First, we have Squirrel Star. She spent a bit of time with Harpaw at the start of the year to support the young cat. She tends to think about the apprentice situation a lot, since there isn't a whole lot of them, as a way to distract herself from the constant nightmares she's been having. For her, it feels like her mate, Crocus Stripe, had been haunting her ever since she died. It's wearing her down faster as she feels tired almost all the time. Eventually, the nightmares begin to lessen, and she's able to move on and accept what life is once more. Shortly after this, she ends up catching white cough, and while she does recover from it, only 2 moons later, near the end of the year, she suddenly collapses in the middle of the camp, dead. She lost all of her lives due to old age. And now she watches her clan from Star Clan and is very proud of where they're going so far. For our final cat that joined Star Clan, we have Harpaw. As soon as the second year started, she was found dead near the clan border. It's a repeat of how their last medicine cat was found as well. Sproutfeather wanted to send a warning to Harpaw, but was sadly too late. So, yeah, there's not really much else that would happen for Harpaw. She lived a very short life, and for some reason, their one neighboring clan just is out to kill every single one of their medicine cats. So I'm hoping, eventually, Cavernclan can find a medicine cat who manages to survive whatever the other clans throw at them. Now onto the living cats. First up is Red Fleck, which becomes Red Star later on. With only 3 cats in the clan, she struggles to learn how to create patrols and ends up doing majority of hunting and border patrols as the other 2 are elders. She often ends up talking with Pebble Sprout and gains advice from her on how to tackle things. She occasionally thinks of the cats that have passed away and is grateful for the time she had with them. It just makes her more determined to do what she can to keep her current clanmates as happy and healthy as possible. Halfway through the year, she announces that she's expecting kits. She refuses to say anything about who the father is, as she knows she'd be in trouble for having developed some feelings for a tomcat from a neighboring clan. So she keeps it a secret and is grateful for Pebble Sprout's help in raising her one and only kit, Branchkit, so that she can continue warrior duties as she's the only one that can. It's shortly after this that Squirrel Star dies and Red Fleck makes the journey to get her 9 lives. She ends the year as the new leader of their tiny clan and vows to make Squirrel Star proud and lead the clan to success. Next we have Pebble Sprout. She stays out of the way of other cats as she simply focuses on caring for the kits that Squirrel Star has basically abandoned. She passes on all the wisdom she has to them while they're with her, but still mourns their loss when eventually the time comes where they're exiled from the clan. She spends the rest of the year giving advice to Red Fleck and only talking with the clan leader when necessary. She even tends to snap at Squirrel Star to drive home the fact that she really doesn't agree with the no-toms rule. Towards the end of the year, she's often sleeping as she starts to slip into a bit of a depression. But before it can take hold, Red Fleck has a kit, and helping a fellow mother brings her life new purpose, so she pours her time into helping out the little family. Last of the clan cats is Branchkit. Well, she was born at the very end of the year, so there isn't a whole lot that happened in her young life. But she is indeed a female cat, so she gets to stay in the clan. At last, we have another cat that gets to stay and not be exiled. Anyway, she starts off her life, basically, asking where kits come from. And then she spends a lot of time joking around with Pebble Sprout, and is constantly meowing about nothing in particular, just because she can. And that is our adorable little Branchkit. So finally, we have our exiled cats. We're going to take a quick peek at the last 3 that were exiled in the previous year before we go into the ones that had to leave this year. So, Flailpaw, he tends to think bitterly of his former clan mates, and the thing is, StarClan doesn't agree with the new rules. So they actually gave him his warrior name, which they chose Flailflake. Then we have Gladepaw. He tends to hope that Heartpaw is okay. Unfortunately, he has no clue that his sister is dead. And he too also dies at 15 moons old. But before he died, StarClan did grant him his warrior name of Gladeshade. And finally we have Slipepaw. While he's in the clan, he tends to ask Sprout what it's like being so old. And he likes to surprise other cats with something nice, and before he leaves, the last cat he surprised was Tumblekit. But he is very sad that he couldn't spend more time with Heartpaw, as he did spend the end of the last year following her around. If things had been a little different, he probably would have gone on to be a medicine cat himself. And of course, Exiled at 6 moons, he really doesn't have much thoughts on the whole exiling thing. Like, he doesn't like that it happened, but he's not wasting his time or energy being really upset about it. So he's just kind of drifting. So we'll see what happens to him. Tumblepaw tends to rush after Redfleck while he's in the clan, and he promises to always look out for Slate-Kit. Plus, he also pesters the older cats to play with him. Squirrelstar, of course, ignored him, but Pebblesprout happily went along with it. And at 6 moons, he was exiled. And he spent his time considering joining one of the other clans. And by the end of the year, he was still thinking about it, so he can't quite decide if he really wants to give clan life another try or not, but at least he's not totally bitter towards clan life like Twigpaw is. He wishes others would stop babying him, and rolls around on the ground a lot, and then he reaches 6 moons old, and is exiled. At which point, he realizes being babied wasn't such a bad thing after all. But he becomes rather bitter, and as soon as he leaves clan territory, begins to curse the clan for driving them out, and thinks very bitterly of his previous clanmates. And so that concludes year 2 for Cavernclan. Not a whole lot happened this year. It's pretty small, but there also are not that many cats right now. They are really struggling in that regard. So hopefully they can manage to get their numbers up again, because this is just rough. But we will see what happens. I am really hoping Red Star can lead them down some good paths, especially since she has Pebblesprout still around to help guide her. I'm kind of wondering just how long Pebblesprout's gonna live, because she is an elder and has been since the very beginning. I mean, it is only year 2, but still, I mean, Squirrelstar just died in this one, and she was a leader with 9 lives, so I am hoping Pebblesprout sticks around for a while, but we will have to wait and see. Also, Branchkit needs to survive. The last 2 young female apprentices died, so fingers crossed Branchkit survives into adulthood and beyond. Yeah, so that's what happened in year 2. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think on these cats. Feel free to drop guesses as to where you think things are going to end up in the next year. Yeah, thanks for watching and sticking around, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Bye!